Okay, so like I was saying, you don't just get to buy a crypto asset because they are saying buy. I remember sometime last week, one of my one of my brother called me and said, "Ah, Jude, this asset is good, though. It's AI, one of these AI assets, one of these AI crypto assets." And according to him, the person who introduced it to him had already made a lot of money. And I said, "Oh, that's fine." He was saying, "Okay, please do your research on it, just a little research. Let's see if it is worth buying." I said, "Okay." So when I checked, I realized that as at the time, the assets, you know, people were talking about the asset. The asset was already, I think about 6 million market cap, $6 million market cap. No, but this time around, when the information got to him and he's been encouraged to buy, when I checked, I realized that the asset is already doing 15 million market cap, like it's two times what it was doing at the initial point. And that was the top. That was the top. Now imagine that he did not even ask me to do a little research on it, and he just went all in buying that asset. What do you think would happen? So he would have seen maybe it's $500. He would have seen his $500 turn to $300, or maybe $200, just because he didn't do his due diligence. Just very simple due diligence. Uh, so him reaching out to me to ask for that simple research to be done on it, it saved him a whole lot, because I told him that yes, this asset is good, it has utility, but you want to wait because it's already at the top. It's already 15 million market cap, and what people are saying about it, people are already selling off. By the end of that day, the asset was about 40 million market cap. It has even dropped about 1 million market cap, and I'm sure if I check the asset now, maybe it would have ramped up to maybe 15 back, or maybe it would have even fallen to. We will check the asset. If time permits, we will check the asset together. So it's the reason why you don't just jump into asset when people say buy this asset, buy this asset. It's very important that you do your own research. When they say do your own research, yes, you cannot be 100% perfect. You cannot, even after your research can still be, the result can be telling you one thing. It will influence your decision to stay off, and you staying off, and you just discover that, oh, the price of the asset just flew up, just ramped up, and you'll be like, oh, why did I not jump in? You didn't jump in because your research, the result of your research is saying don't jump in. So the point is, every time you make a research, the purpose of the research is you're trying to get information that will influence your decision as to stay or as to buy the asset. So if the result of your research is saying stay off, and you stay off and the asset flew up in price, then there's really no need for you to feel bad. Because if you do that multiple times, you end up saving your money. But if you ignore the results, of your research, if you ignore it and just work based on emotion, every time we pay for that, and we pay daily because we lose funds. So today we'll be talking little on how we can do research on a crypto asset. Now, we I'm going to go straight. I'm going to go straight. What we want to look at first is the narrative. There are a lot of narrative. Like, I want to share my screen. So that so now we are talking about narrative. Uh, the narrative of a token. Let's assume that. Let's ask Google what's the current what is the current narrative in the cryptocurrency space, in the crypto space. Let's see. Let's see the result. So the narrative, as you hear things like the AI narrative, you hear things like the DeFi narrative, decentralized finance narrative. Also, you can see now we have the AI narrative, we have the DeFi narrative, we have the NFTs, we have the DePIN, we have the ZKPs, we have the so a lot of narrative. We even have the gaming narrative, So, but the interesting thing is that at each time there are narratives that trends. For example, this bull run, it could be that it is the AI narrative that is trending. It could be that it is the gaming narrative that is trending. The gaming narrative trend because when you remember all what we have been doing on Telegram channel, they are all games, playing games. It's all part of the gaming narrative. Uh, we also have the reward asset narrative, ROWA narrative, and the likes. So the first thing you want to check is you want to check what are the narrative, like top 10 narratives set to dominate 2024-2025. Let's click that and see some of the narrative. Now we have, let's see, these are research. Now we are going into research. Now we have okay. So say what's the crypto narrative? It's a crypto narrative serves as a collective storyline or prevailing belief within the cryptocurrency community. Now let's just go straight. You can read that. Now look at this is the first one, the reward RWA narrative. The RWA narrative, the reward narrative will be something that's going to, is going to mean a whole lot as we go on into this bull run, even maybe subsequently. Okay, you are not seeing our screen. Lale, can you see my screen? Lale, can you see my screen? Just let me know if you can see my screen. Because I can see my screen. On my other device here, I'm seeing my screen. So if you are not seeing my screen, then maybe it's your network. Okay, so Uche, it's your network. You might want to you might want to exit and come back in again. You might want to exit the call and join back again. Maybe that would help. Okay. So so now we have the reward asset, we have the pin narrative. So now if I want to talk, let's pick an asset for example. Let's pick a reward narrative. Let's use ICE network. Let us ask, is ICE network Olale, do you know ICE network? ICE network? Do you know ICE network? Uche, let's can you see our screen? Okay, okay, you don't know of ICE network. Okay, ICE network, it's a okay, welcome Uche. So ICE network is a new cryptocurrency. What they hope to do, they hope it's all about decentralization, it's all about we can just get to we can just get to ask what is ICE network trying to build. Okay, let's ask this first. What's ICE network crypto? We are coming to the real deal. This is not the real deal, but we are coming later. So this ICE network. So what is ICE network about? It's a new network. It's a layer one blockchain. It's designed to facilitate rapid scalable transaction. Its mission is to drive the adoption of Web3 by providing a secure decentralized platform that prioritizes user. So their focus is on prioritizing user privacy and data ownership. User privacy and data ownership. So now the question is ICE network classified as a real world asset? Is ICE network is ICE network classified as a real world asset? Okay. So let's see. Let's see if we can get answers. Okay. So there's no direct answer, but yes, it's a real world asset. It's a real world asset. I think I saw it somewhere. It's a rule what I said. Okay, so now that's fine. I could check that later and let you guys know and share the information with you. So now, when we want to research a token, we want to know what is that token like, what is it about. We want to know the narrative. We want to know the narrative. I will go straight. Now, what I do is this. What I do is this. When I want to research an asset, this is where I come to. I come to CoinCap. 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 Please take note. CoinCap. This is where I come to. So let's assume that you want to know something about Bitcoin. Something about Bitcoin. This is CoinCap. CARP. CoinCap. Okay, so this is it. Good. So this is where I come to. This is the first thing I do. After identifying that, okay, this is a crypto. Personally, please take note of this. It's my preference. It's my preference. Personally, I prefer to invest in layer 1 blockchain tokens. I prefer to invest in layer 1 assets. Layer 1 assets are like the foundation assets. They tend to have most they how do I put it? You invest in them with long time vision in mind. They grow gradually. They grow gradually over time. So they are not like those digital coins you buy and tomorrow they are up 500% and the next day they are up minus 500%. They just swing up and down like that. No, they are not like that. They grow gradually. It takes time. So I prefer to invest in layer 1 blockchain, the foundation blockchain, and sometimes in layer 2 blockchains. Later on, you can read about layer 1 blockchain. We will not be able to cover up everything in this class for today, but today is just the focus is on how we can research on asset to buy. Okay. I'm not audible enough. Okay. Uh, okay. So now I Uche, am I audible enough, Uche? Let's know if it's from
Yeah, I
my.
can hear you.
Okay. So Job, I don't know. Maybe it's your device, but I am audible enough. But I'm speaking at the top of my voice now. I guess you can hear me. Is it better now, Job? Okay. So, like I was saying, Lale has left the call. I hope he returns. So like I was saying, so I said once I identify an asset to buy, I come to I come to this point here, the coin cap, and I first and foremost what I want to do is I want to check. I want to check. Let's just assume that it is BTC, Bitcoin. I want to do research on Bitcoin. I pick the Bitcoin. I type. Okay, welcome Olale. So I type the Bitcoin on this search bar. I type it on this search bar, BTC. I type it on the search bar. What I am looking for, I'm looking for different stuff here. I'm looking for different stuff here. Now I see that BTC is a layer 1 blockchain. If you see my cursor, I see that BTC is a layer 1 blockchain. Here I get to read about the white paper. I get to read about the white paper and check what are their mission, what do they hope to achieve, and all of that. If I find it interesting, I progress forward. If I find it interesting, I go forward. And now I want to look at you see this point, the overview. I want to look at how this market has performed over time, or how the crypto has performed over time. Now, on this overview, I want to see I want to see all. I want to use the candle chart. I want to use the candle chart. I want to use the candle chart, and I want to check. And I want to check what has happened. First and foremost, okay, let's go to the price. I can check. Click on the all. Click on the all here. I want to see how this asset has performed over time. So we can see how it has gradually left $67 and gradually. So over time, we can see an upward trend. We can see an upward trend. So that's a good indication for me. I may also want to check what's the market capitalization. So we have $400 billion market capitalization. Currently we have about 200. Hold on, let me check. Okay, the market cap here, we have about 1 trillion, right? I guess 1 trillion or so. Good. Now what I want to do next is I want to check the markets. I want to check this asset I want to buy. How available is this asset in other exchange? Because the point is, if you are buying into a project that they are just listed on 2 exchanges, then the chances that that asset will not grow, the chances that that asset will grow beyond what it is, the chances are slim, because the exposure is limited to just 2 exchanges or 3 exchanges. So it's the reason why personally I want to check what markets are this, or is this particular asset, what market are they listed on. Like you can see on BTC, for example, BTC is listed on Bybit, Binance, crypto. Just you can see, like, it is almost endless. It means that the exposure is high. It means that investors are likely to buy into this asset because the asset is exposed to them via the exchanges, as you can see. Now, if I check an asset and I see that, oh, this asset is just listed on only 2 exchanges, I want to be careful about such an asset, because you can wake up one day, it's no longer there. Even those 2 exchanges they will delist it. It's no longer there and it's gone, and your money is gone. So I check the market. I check the tokenomics sometimes. As you see, I check the tokenomics, but I don't really to give much attention to that. This is another thing you want to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to the circulating supply. You want to pay attention to the circulating supply in relation to the total supply. Please take note of this. You want to pay attention to the circulating supply in relation to the total supply, then in relation to the maximum supply. You see these 3 stuffs here, they are very important. There's something you want to pay attention to, and the reason is this. I would explain. Currently, BTC is having a circulating supply. The BTC that is circulating, you are buying BTC, people are buying BTC. What is circulating is 19 million. The total supply is 19 million. Now, the maximum supply that there will ever be is 21 million. It means that this circulating supply of 19 million is 94% of the total supply. So what it means is that 19 million of the BTC is already out, which amounts to about 94%. Now, I want to ask you a question. Imagine that you are buying into an asset that has a maximum supply of 21 million, and now the circulating supply is about 5 million, which amounts to maybe 15% of the total supply. What do you think that could cause? That could simply cause, I will explain to you what that could cause. that could cause heavy manipulation. Do you understand? That could cause heavy manipulation, because if you have only 5 million in circulating supply and you have maximum of 21 million, it means that that particular asset still have enough time. So you are not hoping to make, if you are someone that is investing for long time, if you are somebody that is investing for long time in view, it means that you will have to be patient enough so that this maximum supply, the circulating supply, I mean the 5 million, will gradually begin to increase. And the only way this increases is when there begin to be awareness. This market here, when the assets has started entering a lot of the exchanges, a lot of the international markets, what happens then? Then it starts to circulate more. People now see the opportunity to buy more. Are you getting it now? People now have, because it's now exposed, then gradually we have more circulating supply. Then such an asset will no longer be subject to heavy manipulation. So it is very important to check the circulating supply, the maximum supply, and the total supply. It is very important. I check it personally. It influences my decision. I will use another asset as an example. Now, what I also check is, this is the one I check. This is even the one I check the most. The rich list. This rich list shows the number of holders of that asset. They are telling you to buy this asset. It's very important to go and check. To me, this is even, I don't joke with this. You see this tab here, this rich list. I don't joke. If you ask me to research on an asset and the asset does not have a rich list, already I have a problem with that asset. I stay off that asset, because I'm not able to determine how many people are holding this asset. Now, Bitcoin, for example, we have 54 million holders of Bitcoin. 54 million holders of Bitcoin. Now, take note of this. The top 10 holders are holding only 5% of Bitcoin. The top 10 inside of this 54 million, the top 10 holders are holding just 5%. The top 20 are holding 7%, and the top 50 are holding 11%. What does that tell you? Now, let me use another asset as an example, so you get to understand. I will use CoreDAO. This CoreDAO is an asset that I like. I'm very sentimental about it. But if it is by research, my research is showing that I should still hold on a bit. But I still like the asset. I don't know why. Sometimes you just fall in love with some asset and you cannot explain why. Now look at this Core, for example. Core has a good number of holders. They have 35 million holders. That's a very good one. The top 10 holders, now take note, the top 10 holders, they are holding 89%, and this is where I have problem with CoreDAO for now. But it's not a problem for me because it's a new asset. It's relatively new compared to other ones. The top 10 holders, they are holding 89%. What does it mean? It means that one day, if these top 10 holders here, one day they can just wake up and they will just dump these assets, and the asset will just go back to maybe 0.00, because they are holding a chunky part of the, and that's why I said, to me, this is very key. Please, I don't know if this explanation I'm giving, if it makes sense to you, are you learning anything at all from it? The idea is, how do you research? How do you research tokens to buy? They say buy this token, buy this token. You need to come and check how many people are holding this asset. Who are the top 10 holders of this asset? Who are the top 10 holders? Because I don't want to buy into an asset whereby I will buy, and at the end of the day, I'm only giving the top 10 holders, you know, money to get their orders filled so that they can sell on my head. So 89%, if you have the top 10, that means what is the circulating supply? The circulating supply of core is 932 million. Inside of this 932 million, 10 holders are holding 89% of 932 million. 89% of 932 million. Do you know the meaning of that? Do you know the meaning of that? One day they can wake up, if they are not very faithful to their project, and I can tell you, most of these top 10 holders, they are the developers. I can tell you for free. If they are not very faithful, if they are not futuristic in nature, one day they can wake up and they can dump this whole asset. Imagine only 10 persons selling this asset. The asset is dead and gone because they are holding 89% of the assets. You see? Now, what about the 20 holders? What about the top 20 holders? They are holding 95%. So it means inside of this 932 million, 95% of this 932 million, only 20 people are holding 95%. It means that the remaining 5%, what they are holding is insignificant. It cannot even move the market. It's very dangerous to invest. But now I will tell you something. Usually this happens. It is natural for you to see 89% or 95% top 10 holder, top 20 holders, because it is a new asset. I'll give you an example. If me and you come up together now and create one cryptocurrency, obviously we'll be the top holders of the asset, isn't it? Please correct me if I'm wrong. We will be the top holders of the asset while we are trying to market our idea to people, while we are trying to sell our project, while we are trying to make partnership, while we are trying to, get listed in various exchanges. We as the creator and the people that invested in the project, we will likely be the top holders of the asset. Isn't it correct? Isn't it natural? Please, I need your chat. I need your response on the chat. I think it's only natural, right? I need a response, please. I need a response on the chat box, please. So it's very natural and logical. You understand? But now it's the reason why I said, if the developers, the core team, the investors who started this journey at the interim, if they are not faithful to that course, year in, year out, they keep developing, they keep partnering. If they are not faithful, then it is likely that one day they could sell. But if they are faithful, then it's not a problem, because gradually, as they begin to distribute these assets, as they begin to get, entrance into other exchanges, their market spectrum begins to widen and widen, their exposure begin to expand. Then what happens? Gradually they will be distributing, and what happens? These top 10 holders will gradually now be doing what? We'll be reducing from the 89%, we'll be reducing to 80%, to 70%, to 50%, and it will reduce to the point that you see, like Bitcoin. When Bitcoin, you have what? You have Bitcoin Okay, the percentage are not clear. It's supposed to be diminishing from the top. I don't seem to understand. Please, I don't seem to understand, Uche. Maybe you can use a voice. Hello?
Okay, what I'm saying is this:
Yep.
out of 100% holders,
Yep.
89 are top 10.
Yep.
89%.
Okay.
Then it should be remaining like 11%
Okay.
that should be shared among the top 20, top 50, and all that. Like the Bitcoin
Okay.
you showed us.
Yep.
But in this case now, top 10 is 89 point something, top 20 is 90 something point something.
Yep.
It's not like within the 100% range.
Okay, so this is how it works. This is how it works. The top 10 holders are 89%. They hold 89% of these assets, of the total supply of these assets. You get? The top
Mm.
20, the top 20 uh, is encompassing of these 10. They are inside of the 20. I don't know whether you understand.
I don't understand.
Okay.
Can you show me the BTC rich list?
Okay. Now for BTC, this is BTC. Now for BTC, you have 5% top 10 holders. The top 20, the top 20, which these top 10 are still inside of this top 20. They are counted among, they are still part of the top 20.
Okay.
So they are holding 7.72. So what it means is this. What it means is this. The top 10 holders are holding 5.3. You get? Now, what is the difference between 7.72 from 5.3? If the difference is 2%, if the difference is 2%, try to understand. If the difference is
Mm.
2%, it means that
Yes.
inside of these 20 holders, 10 of them are holding 5%, 5.33, while the remaining 10 are holding just 2.2% or 2 point something percent.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I get.
Now, inside of this 50, this 10%,
Okay.
which is 5%, with this 10 holders, which is 5%, what is the difference between 11 and 5? Let's assume it is 6. The remaining 40 are holding 6%.
Okay.
Do you understand? Now,
Yeah.
the 100 holders, they are holding 14%. It means that the remaining, the remaining, what is 14 from 100? Let's assume the remaining 75% of Bitcoin are held by the millions of peoples, because we have about 54 million. Inside of this 54 million, only 100 persons are holding just 14%.
Okay.
Do, you- do, you-
Yes. Yes. Yes.
do you understand how it
Yeah.
works
This
now?
one is this one is clear.
So it's the same.
Okay.
It's the same with the core. So
Okay.
the top 10 now are holding 89. Now the top 20 are holding 95. The difference between 89 and 95 is 5. So it means that 10 inside of this 10 are holding about 5%.
Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
understand
I get
why?
it now.
Good. Why the top 10 are holding 89? So
Okay.
what I
I
was
get
trying
it now.
okay, it's all right. So what I was trying to say is, as the project begins to get publicity, marketing, project development, then these holders, they begin to distribute, they begin to sell off gradually, gradually, gradually. But as they are selling off, remember, they are creating utility. As they are selling off, people are seeing reasons to buy. So if there were 35 million people in the network before, as they are selling off, now 5 million people will come and buy. They become 40 million, they become 42 million. The more people that are on the network, the more they are distributing to them, the more people begin to see the value of the asset of the cryptocurrency. If I have 10 before, I might choose to buy 20 this time around. Who am I buying it from? I am buying it from these holders, these initial holders. but it's a gradual sales so that it does not drastically affect the price. I don't know if you understand. If you are you
Hmm.
getting the sense?
I'm getting
Are
it.
you getting the sense? So if it is a new asset and you see top 10 holders like this 89%, for me I still try. If I see that they are layer 1 blockchain, if I see that their team, the developers are good, if I see what they are building, I still choose to invest in them, even knowing that top 10 holders are 89%. I still choose to invest in them. I don't know whether you understand my point. While it is true that it is a red flag, it is one of the red flag, it is also relative. It's relative in the sense that it's relative to the newness, how new the asset is. Do you get my point? So it also have some relativity. It's not that it's completely absolute. Oh, this is the only thing we look at and we say, okay, this is a bad asset. No, that's not the case. So that's something I want you guys to understand. The rich list is very key. It's very key. It's a layer 1 blockchain. It has a rich list, and the rich list is showing that there is even distribution. I'll show you another asset. For example, I use another asset as an example. Let me use Casper. Let me use Casper as an example for you guys again. This Casper, this is another asset I love so much. This is another digital asset I am thinking of investing in. I've invested in, I think I have like not so much, maybe like close to 1,000 token of it, but it's not so much. It's like $100 of it. It's not so much. I'm still thinking of, investing, you know, still on it. Now you can see this is Casper. I will tell you why I like this asset. This is a layer 1 blockchain. This is a layer 1 blockchain. This is proof of work. This is another thing. This is another thing I want to draw your attention to, the proof of work. If you see an asset that is proof of work, some are proof of stake and things like that. I've really not studied so hard to, because sometimes these things are hard to understand fully. But the little we understand, we just try to share. For proof of works, what I know is that for proof of works, it is difficult to hack because one person need to have the mining power, like one person need to have the mining power of about 51% mining power in order for you to break, you know in order for you to disrupt the system. Let me put it that way. 51%. And the chances that one person will have 51% of the blockchain power or the mining power, the chances are almost impossible. So for proof of work, it's very strong algorithm. It's designed in a very strong blockchain that is difficult to hack. And it's the reason why when we do research, sometimes we try to check, is it proof of works? Bitcoin is proof of work. Some other assets too like that, they are proof of works. They are difficult to hack. And then they are layer 1, they are difficult to hack, they are good sign. You get the idea now. And now if you check Casper, for example, now Casper have a total supply. I'm still going to buy these assets. I will. It has a maximum supply of 28 billion. Already, what is in circulation is 25 billion, which is amounting to about 88%. It means that this asset is already out. It's almost fully diluted. Like if you look at it now, they will tell you that when you hear something like fully diluted market cap, it says, okay, let's leave all this mathematics. When an asset is fully diluted, it means that this maximum supply, let's see if there is a calculation there, is if maximum supply and total supply are infinite or not, blah 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 blah. So it means current price times maximum supply. Current price. What's the current price? The current price for this asset is let's see, is 12 cents. Look at it here. It's 12 cents. No, it's about 12 cents or something like that. You get now. Now, times what's the maximum supply? If you times this, that's the maximum. That's the maximum supply times price. That will give you fully diluted. That's how it works. So now, when we are talking about When we see something like fully diluted, we are saying that inside this circulating supply of 25 billion that's already out, it means that we only have a difference of about 3 billion to go round. I like this kind of asset because it is no longer subjective to manipulation. It is no longer subjective to manipulation in the sense that it is almost it is almost fully diluted. We just need about 12% for it to be fully diluted. So it means that the price you are seeing, you cannot just wake up one morning and see 0.12 cents and you just come and see maybe 0.00 or 0.000. It's not possible. When you compare this, when you compare it with the rich list, and you see that on the rich list there are 587,000 people holding this asset, and the top 10 holders of this asset are holding just 17%. Even if all these top 10 gang up together and say, let us dump this asset on these people, 17%, even if they dump 17%, it cannot shake the market. Because what is 17% of 25 billion? What is 17%? It cannot shake the market. So you are not scared that one day you will just see this asset just go to zero. It's not possible, because the people that are holding this, are the top 10 holders of this asset. They are insignificant. Even if they dump, they cannot affect the price significantly so that you lose so much. Please, am I making any sense at all? Am I making any sense at all? Please let me know.
That's 17% is almost like 50% too, of holders.
Sorry, come again.
That 17% is almost like 50% because um, total percentage is 34.76.
34.76. These are the 100 holders of the asset.
Top.
Top
Okay, yeah,
100.
top 100.
Top
Okay,
100.
top 100. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. There are still other 70% or 70% holders.
Yep. So
Okay.
even if, okay, look at this. Even if all these top 100 holders, even if they gang up and they decide to dump these assets, when they dump these assets, they only amount to 34% of 25 billion.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you understand? They only amount to 34. And what is the chances that the top 100 will gang up and dump it? It's almost unlikely. Not a token where you have not a token where you have good technology. This particular token, this particular crypto asset, the creators of this particular crypto asset, they themselves are developers. They have resume. If you go and check all of them, they are on LinkedIn. You will check their profile. You will see that this is not this particular project. Forget that the price is small. Is small. It's a solid project. It has a new technology. They use what they call block DAG or something like that. It's a new technology they're trying to push. You understand? So it's a new technology. It's a new. It's a. I think it falls under the reward narrative. It has a good developer team. It has a good rich list. What about the market? What about the market? They are exposed to many markets. Gate.io, Bybit, KuCoin, Mexi, BitGet, Lbank, CoinX. You know, they have, look at the exposure. They have good exposure, good technology, good team. You get it? Good rich lists. And what has happened to the price over time? What's the sentiment? What is the sentiment of the buyer? Are they scared? Are they dumping the assets? Are they dumping the asset? Let's look at it from the chart. Over time, has it grown? Has it grown over time? Yes, you might be seeing up and down, but this is not what we are concerned about. When we click on all, we are looking at what is the growth over time. You can see how it gradually left 0.0015, and this asset is growing gradually. Okay, Someone said, let's look at the chart on TradingView. Yep, good. Let's go to TradingView and let's look at the chart on TradingView. So now we are looking at Casper. We are looking at Casper. I think it's CAS. It's CAS. CAS. Okay, this is Forex. Let's go to all. CAS USDT. USDT. Now let's see. They are not listed on Binance yet. So let's check any of this one. Let's look at MEXC. Let's look at MEXC's chart. So this is the chart. Let's check on the monthly time frame and see how they have performed on the monthly time frame. So you see, on the monthly time frame, this is what we have. So this asset has grew over time. It was listed on MEXC. This was September of 2022. And now this is where we are, all the way from 0 points. Let's see what was the listing price on MEXC. The listing price on MEXC was, let's pick from here. Let's see. Okay, so the listing price on MEXC was, I don't know what the listing price, but the lowest price on MEXC was 0.00000050. So that was the listing price. And what happened? Gradually it grew over time. And we see where we are now. So overall, you can see, even when Bitcoin was down, even when Bitcoin was falling and all of that, people were not ready to sell off. That's why I said, what's buyer sentiment? The holders, what are their sentiment? They were not ready to sell off. They were not ready to dump. They were not scared of dumping because they believe that it's a good asset. You see now. So that's something we also look at. I'm trying to remember something. Hold on, let me check my Yep. So you might also want to check if they have a website. How does the website, how does it look like? Does it look shitty? Does it look scammy and things like that? You could also check. Come in, please. I'm trying to. How old? Yes, we can also check how old is the token. For asset like this that has stayed for some time, that's fine. But sometimes you might want to look for assets. Please, am I audible enough? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Okay, can anyone hear me, please? Okay. So sometimes, why doing your research, you might also want to check if you are someone, if you are the kind of person that is looking at an asset to invest in, then after the bull run you cash out your money and go, you take your funds and go. That's fine. You might want to look at assets that has everything we have talked about, asset that has not experienced any bull run prior to its time, prior to the time you are doing your research. Because assets that we're talking of relatively new assets. So you check your research, you check the development team, you check their website, you read about their project, you read about the technology, the if it is a layer 1, if it is a layer 2. Then you also want to ask yourself, how long has this asset been around? Has it experienced its first bull run? Because the chances are that for asset that has not experienced their first bull run, the chances are that they would experience their first bull run and they will rally up, and your make gain is higher than asset that has experienced bull run in the past, and maybe this is the second or this is the third. The chances that newer assets coming into the period of the bull run with good technology, good development teams, and all of that, the chances that assets like that will ramp up and put you in good profit and decent profit, the chances are higher. So you want to check how old the asset has been around. Is also very key. So today we have talked about how to do research. Obviously, the list is much. I think I have about 25 or 26, points on my list. But just that I'm just trying to pick one or two or three because of our time. Because we just have like 30 more minutes to do something else. So when you want to research, personally, remember, I'm not imposing this on anyone. It's just my own way of doing research. I use the CoinCap. I search out the assets. Like, let's say, ICE Network, ICE Open Network. I use this as an example now. I come to the ICE Open Network. I check. Okay, this is still a B. This is a BEP20 chain, but this particular asset, they are working on their own blockchain, and I know as a result of my result that it's a layer 1 blockchain. I know it's a reward asset, and I check their tokenomics. I see that, okay, no unnecessary allocation is given to the team. The team is just having 25%. The community has about 40%. The treasury pool about 10%. So when you see an asset that the team has about 40%, be careful, because the team can just dump it on you. So the team having 25%, that's fair enough. In some of these assets, some of the team would even have like 10%. Like, for example, let me quickly go back to okay, Casper. Let's look at the tokenomics for Casper. Let's see if it's even okay. They don't have the tokenomics here. You might I think we might see that on their white paper. Some of them don't seem to write, but some of them they write it there. You get to see it, but some of them you get to see it on their white paper. So, like I was saying before now, so I pick an asset, for example, this one, ICE. The same thing applies to every other asset. So now, for ICE, there's a total supply. This is it. They have not declared their maximum supply yet. But I'm sure it's going to be on their white paper. But for reasons best known to that, I don't know why it's not reflecting here. We have 1 billion in circulation for now. Okay, fine. I look at, okay, what's the sentiment? I check. So for now, it's a very new token. It's barely a year, or maybe a year or so. Let's see 6 months data. Let's see if we can get. Okay, so this 6 months, this 1 year. Okay, so for 1 year, why is not refreshing? Okay, so this 6 months, let's look at 6 months data instead. So now we can see that, yeah, here it was listed, and yeah, there was a rally up and down. Now it seems to be coming down, but it's relatively new. It has not experienced its first bull run. This should be its first bull run. And look at the price. The price is relatively affordable. So I jump on prices like this. For a layer 1 blockchain, I jump on prices like this. And the reason is because for a layer 1 blockchain, like I said earlier on, the growth is progressive. If I invest $500 here for a layer 1 blockchain that is having 0.00, the chances that my $500 will diminish by 50%, the chances are slim, because the price is still very reasonable. You understand? So the chances that this thing will grow from here is high. After all, I've shown you an asset that left from 0.000 and today is at 12 cents. That's Casper. At the time, Casper was 0.000, 3 zeros. And today is at 12 cents. It has cancelled 3 zeros. So when you are buying, this is another thing I look for. When you are buying into a project, a layer one project, for me, when I'm buying into a layer one project, I want to check if I am buying at a very discounted price. So, in such a manner that if I invest $200, even if this thing goes down, my $200 may just turn to 150, and from 150 it has the chances of returning back to 200, and from 200 it has the chances of turning back to maybe 500, because it can only grow. It can only grow from this point. Even if it diminishes, the rate at which it diminishes is going to be smaller, but the rate at which it will grow is endless. That's why they said layer one blockchain gives the most risk to reward. That's the point. It gives the most risk to reward. If I risk a $500, if I will be rewarded. Imagine if this thing goes up to 10 cents, that means 120 is cancelled. $500 can actually give you $2,000, $3,000. That's how it works. So it's why personally I look for a layer one blockchain with new technology, kind of trying to solve a problem, a real world problem, and something that will give me a discounted price to buy. Then I invest. I don't care. Nobody knows the future. All of this, we are just trying to do our part. We're just trying to play our part so that we invest wisely. So like I said, I check the overall sentiment. I check if it's a new digital asset. I check what problem is trying to solve. I check the team behind that asset. I try to check if they are active on LinkedIn. I check if they are active on Twitter. I check their followers on Twitter. I check their tokenomics. I check their rich list. I want to know how many people are holding this asset. This is a new asset. ICE is a new asset. But still, ICE has 471,000 people. ICE is barely 1.5 year or 1 year. But see, a lot of people have embraced it. Even though it is true that top 100 people are holding 85%. But it's not a problem for me because it's a new asset. It will be distributed over time. And the prayer is, after my results, after my research and everything, the team, they remain faithful to their goal and objective. Because when they remain faithful to their goal and objective and you buy into the project, yes, you will be in money. So I check that. You get my point? I check that as well. I check their socials. The socials, what I talked about, are they active on Twitter? How many followers? If it's some of this crypto, you will see their followers on Twitter, you will see their followers on Reddit, you will see all of it. You will see how active. You get it is. So you got to check all of this. Not they say buy these assets, you just jump into buying it, because you might just be buying at a very high price. Now, there's one more thing I want to talk about. It is about the wallet. The wallet. In this wallet section, maybe this is what we will do today, because I'm already tired and the time has gone past. In this wallet section, is it this wallet section? Yes, I think, hold on, exchange wallets. Let's see, there's a part I'm looking for. No, it should be under, 1 second please. Yes, okay, still under the rich list. Now, these are the top 100, the rich list. Top 100 richest ICE open network address. So what it means is this. Do you see this wallet? You see this particular wallet is holding 13 billion ICE. This particular wallet is holding 13 billion ICE. Yes, this could likely be the developers. This could not developer, maybe the creator. Maybe it is from this place they distribute. So we are not worried. I'm not worried about all of this. I'm not worried about this. But take a look at, apart from this one, this is just to tell you that something big is here. This is where they distribute from. Other wallets, 8%, 2%, 1%, 0.0%, 0.0%, 0.0%. You see? And sometimes you get to see that some of these wallets, they are in some of these assets, you get to see that some of these wallets, they are actually exchanges. They are held in exchanges. But for now, I'm not seeing any one of such here. Sometimes you get to see that, okay, Bybit exchange is holding these amounts, KuCoin is holding these amounts, but I think for now I don't get to see any of such. But it will come. It will come. So why this is very important is this. If, for example, now you buy ICE worth maybe 50 million ICE, this particular wallet has 45 million ICE. If your wallet has 50 million ICE, you will be among the top 10 holders of ICE, top 100 holders of ICE. Your wallet address will show here. Your wallet address will show here. You see the thing now? Your wallet address will show here. So what this thing helps me to do is, it helps me realize that apart from this address, no other person, and this particular address, no other person is holding a chunky part of the ICE. Look at this person is holding 0.14. Even if this person chooses to sell all his ICE, it is only 0.14% of the total ICE. It does nothing to the ICE. It does nothing. It does not affect the price of the ICE significantly. If this person, this particular person, whose address is this, has 15 million ICE, if he chooses to sell all his ICE, it only amounts to 0.07%. It's nothing. It cannot damage the price of the ICE. You see the issue now? So this is something I also look at. I want to check the holders, the top 100 holders of this ICE. How many percentage of this ICE are they holding? When I get to see that they are 0.00, 0.010, I say, okay, with all the technology, with all the development team, with all their awareness, exposures, and all of that, I said, okay, layer 1 blockchain, good price, discounted price, it's a new asset, it can only keep climbing from here. Then I said, okay, my decision is informed. I choose to go in. So you can see that, why are we doing all of this? We're doing all of this to make you understand that it's not just, the truth is that when you hear of a particular asset, anytime you hear of a particular asset, just know that that particular asset is almost done and dusted. In the sense that when Bitcoin was 18,000 in 2022, 19,000, people were not interested. People were not talking about Bitcoin. True or false? People were not interested because people were saying that, oh, Bitcoin, this is the end of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to 5,000, 3,000, maybe 10,000. People were not talking of Bitcoin as much as they are talking about Bitcoin now. Why are they talking about Bitcoin now? Because Bitcoin is hitting 101,000. The minute they start talking about an asset, know that that asset has already given people money. It has given people, it wants to give people money. They are only talking about the asset so that naive people like me and you, naive people can say, oh, Bitcoin is 100,000, and they will keep telling you that it's going to 200,000. And you keep buying. As you are buying, they are selling. As you are buying, they are selling. Don't forget that as every time you buy, their sell order gets filled, they take your money. Every time you buy, their order gets filled, they take your money. So they keep encouraging people to keep buying. They keep telling us that the price will go to 200,000, 300,000 in order for them to sell. Try to understand. All this story of Bitcoin going to 200,000 is in order for people to sell. That's how it works. They call it the false narrative. They tell you it's going to 200,000. You keep buying. People keep buying. Everybody keeps talking about it. Meanwhile, the people who have bought from 18,000 when nobody was talking about it, they are selling at 100,000 when everybody is talking about it. So it's something you need to keep in your brain. It's something you need to understand. That's the game. So you only buy asset when nobody is talking about it. You do your research. You see it's a good thing. You buy when nobody is talking about it. Maybe ICE in another 4-5 years, everybody will be talking about ICE when ICE is $1 or $2. But now we are doing our research when ICE is 0.00. And somebody like you, somebody like me, who has bought $100, by the time people are talking about it when it's $1, we will be laughing, because as they are buying, we are selling on them. As they are buying, we are selling on them. We are cashing out. Do you understand how this works? Let me get your message. Let me get messages on the chat. The information today, has it been useful at all in any way to you guys? I've been talking for almost 2 hours. My mouth is aching. Please, can I get your feedback? Is there any feedback on the chat box? Is anyone on the call at all? Okay. So Lale, are you here? Are you still here? It appears you've left. Okay, Olale is still here. Okay. So please, the message that we talked about to Olale, do you find it? Yeah, I know you talked that you needed to learn how to place a trade and all of that. Please don't worry, we'll get there. If we cannot do it today, we will do it. Oh, we still have tomorrow. We still have Wednesday. Okay, there's still a whole lot of time. We'll do it tomorrow. But I think I just needed to share this information with you so that it's all part of the training. It's all part of the training. You need to understand how to be able to do your own research. Yeah, maybe not deep. Just do some basic research about a particular project, and don't just say they say just buy and you just buy. No, I've left that stage of buy and you just buy. No, now I check. If I see it's good, if I see I have a discounted price, then I buy. If I see that, oh no, it's not fine, I don't buy. I share one with you. There was a new one that came out. Its name is Supra. Let's see. Supra. Yep, this asset just came out. When it came out, it was, everybody was talking about it. It was fine. And somebody said, Jude, go and buy. I said, I cannot buy. Why can't I buy? I can't buy now because I have not seen. The asset does not even have a rich list. It doesn't even have a rich list. I don't even know who are the holders of it yet. If you like, let it fly to $1. I don't care. But I don't even know how many people are holding this. I don't even know anything about the token. Yes, the tokenomics. Let's see what's the tokenomics saying. The tokenomics, is he saying anything yet? It's not even saying that. I can't get any good information. Where's the market? How many markets? Where is it listed? Yeah, it's listed on only 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Only 6 markets. To me, it's not good enough. I need to see a wide coverage of it. I need to see the exposure first. Like, you need to see the exposure first. Do you understand? So that's even on spot. On perpetual, let's see in the perpetual market. Yeah, it's the same. On perpetual market, you can't even trade this asset perpetual with perpetual only on this 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, so it's a new one. People made good money from it when it came, like, because the price just soared high. Let's see if there is a. So you see, see where the price came from, all the way from zero, and it just went, and yeah, it's fine. I told the person that, okay, wait, let's have enough information first. Let there be enough data that will influence my decision before I choose to buy. There's not enough data to influence my decision. That's just the point. There's not enough data. We are talking about money here. If I want to lose money, let me be convinced that, yes, I played my part. You understand? You see, it even has, see now, the maximum supply is 10 billion, but the circulating supply yet is unknown. The maximum market cap is unknown here. So there's not enough data. I'm not saying it's a bad asset. It might be a super asset, because I know that this asset has a lot of utility. This Supra has a lot of. It's one asset that I will star. It's part of the asset that I said I want to wait for enough information. It's on my watch list. Because I would likely still invest a little on it. I will likely still invest a little on it, on this asset. But I want the price to bleed down. I want to buy this thing at a very discounted price, because the price I'm seeing now, we still have 0.03. I'm looking at this thing going back to maybe 0.001 or 0.009 or something like that before I start buying, if at all, there's enough information to influence me. So yeah, you talk about PooCoin. Let's look at PooCoin together. PooCoin, let's see if there's any data on PooCoin. Yeah, PooCoin. So let me know if it's this. Yeah, is this it? Job, is this it? Let me know if this is the PooCoin you're talking about. Yep, okay. I'm sure this is it. I'm not getting a response from you, but I'm sure this is it. So now, PooCoin has a total supply of. What about assets on PooCoin not yet listed on these exchanges? How do you get to know their viability? Okay. Oh, for me, any asset that is not listed, I don't bother to buy them. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I get your point, Job. But I don't bother to buy. I don't bother to buy them. That's for me. I'm not saying they are bad, because I don't have, I don't have data yet. There's no data for some of them are listed on maybe Pancake Swap. Uh, yeah, like the one that my friend talked about the other time. Uh, it's it's not listed. I can't find any data on CoinCap. So, but I realized that it's on Pancake Swap and on some decentralized exchange, and maybe one or two centralized exchange. But there's no wide audience for it yet. There's no awareness for it yet. So even if it is a good project, but personally I would want to wait for enough time to pass, so that there could be enough data, because at the end of the day we are talking about what could influence our decision. uh, Sometimes you could buy, you don't have enough historic data, you could buy, you could be fortunate enough to make good money. But most times when you buy and you don't make your research, the chances that I will lose more are higher. The odds are always against us. So the chances of losing is always more. Even after doing your research, you could discover that you could still lose. Oh, this my research is showing me that this thing has prospered, but at the end of the day, I bought, and this thing just dipped in price. So if after research you can still lose, now you can now imagine not even doing any research at all. So there's high chances that you likely even lose more. So for assets that are not on this exchange, or that are not listed on these exchanges, or assets that I cannot get enough data, maybe CoinCap, maybe CoinGecko, it's CoinCap, there's CoinGecko, there are some other stuffs like that, so you can use to find out. You can use to do little research. If they are not there, then I mean, why would you want to invest? Uh, exactly. It's better to base our decision based on what we know rather than based on chances, because even the one we know we are doing research, sometimes we still lose. So imagine the ones you don't even do research on. So it's hard-earned money. If you are in Nigeria, you know how difficult it is to get money. So we are not in crypto to lose, we are in crypto to win. If we are not winning big, at least we'll be winning small. We should be winning little by little. So if we have that in mind, we want to do our research before we just throw our money anywhere. So that's what we have for today. I want to ask, was the information generally, even though it's not what we have on our curriculum, but sometimes we just, depend on how the spirit moves. Sometimes just, let's talk about this. Because we are in the bureau now. They will be telling you to buy this and buy this and buy this. They buy this and buy this. So you need to know how to do your own research to some extent. So you don't go and buy coin that is already at the peak and they are saying buy. They don't check, only for you to buy later. Now your 200 turn to $50. I suffered a lot last year. I bought some assets. I swapped my what they call it, Solana. Look at, I bought Solana when Solana was $120. I remember this case. I particularly bought one then, and I swapped my Solana sometime last year. I swapped my Solana with some asset like that. Do you know sometimes this is another thing? Sometimes you know what you're supposed to do, but you just don't remember to do it. And I swapped it. And what happened? As I speak to you now, all my assets is down to it's down to how much? If I could barely even see $30. You can imagine. And at that time I was having $180. $180. No, I bought it at $180 and I did not realize that Solana was already at one of its all-time high then. So Solana was already at the top. So I made the first mistake of buying Solana at the top. That means all the Solana meme coin were already at their peak. I now swap my Solana with all the some of the meme coin that they said, oh Jude, swap this with swap your Solana with this, swap $30, swap $40, and I swapped it. I forgot, I could not remember. I don't know if I don't even just know what happened, but I was swapping I was swapping my Solana for those assets when those assets were already at their peak. So only for few months to pass and everything just went down to I said, God, but I knew this thing. Why did I not do my research before jumping into it? So sometimes there's this pressure from left and right. Oh, look at this, it's going. Don't miss this opportunity. Just get involved. And you jump into the euphoria of other people's euphoria. You jump into the euphoria and you buy, and at the end of the day, everything just flattens, and you be like, oh, but I saw this coming. Why did I not do it? And you begin to blame yourself, you see. So to avoid all of that, it's just better you just isolate 1, 2, or 3 projects, do your research, and invest the one. I used to say invest what you know you can afford to not lose, because nobody likes to lose. Invest what you know you can afford to take your eyes off it for a period of time. I hate that word, invest what you know you can afford to lose. No, nobody wants to lose. Invest what you know you can afford to take your eyes off it for a period of time, that it will not affect your living. So that's my own policy. In crypto, there's a whole lot. We keep learning every day. I keep learning. Uh, all of us keep learning. As long as we keep learning, we will not hesitate to keep sharing information. Okay, so I want to thank you all for joining the class. It's 8:57. It's almost 9 o'clock. So tomorrow we'll talk about how we can place trade on exchanges for Laleye. And I'm sure Mr. Job will be available tomorrow to continue our discussion on market structure. I think so. Or is it market structure? Or I've forgotten. Not market structure. Please, is Job still there? Remind me. What are we to continue tomorrow? I've forgotten what we had to talk about tomorrow. But I know it's going to be a continuation of what we did last week. Last week. Okay. So thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. Let me know if okay. Job said we posted on the platform. To be posted on the platform. I would love to stop sharing my screen now so that we all can. So do have a wonderful evening, everyone. Uh, if you are finding value in what you are learning, maybe you can just give a thumbs up. You can just give a thumbs up, or maybe just a reaction, so we know that our work is not in vain. All right, it's just one thumbs up, so only one person actually benefited today. Okay, so that's fine. So see you guys tomorrow, same time.